over there.
I'll give you
I'm gonna get the
exclusive.
movie exclusive. Okay, yes, I've been like budgeting her for exclusive. You know what I mean? Yeah, and there you go. We on.
Gotcha. 1 o'clock. Brother RA time. Yep. Let's just go ahead into it. Let's not dilly-dally, dally-dilly. Let's, where am I? Let's emphasize that. This is CCTV, Cambridge Community Television. Much appreciation to Susan Richards and all the staff that have been here since 1992, keeping me on the air. So, Brother R.A. is saying thank you. And for those that don't know, hit the YouTube button, and it brings you to... We don't need time for it to load, but it did load. Good. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah. Okay. Now, let's jump right into it. 1 minute passed, and I got cut off last week, as usual. But to take the show where we wish to go, I'm going to do this right now, okay? And is that my close shot or is that my wide shot? That's my wide shot. Here's my close shot. And now you can see right there, yes, Brother R.A. is hitting the water pipe with some cannabis in it. See, I'm still rooted, grounded, and centered within myself. The day after Election Day, like I really... take the hit, all right. Chill out. You don't need to be angry. You need to learn to take it light, like a woodpecker with a headache. Let it go. Just let it go. Yeah, you know, it's interesting being who I am as Brother R.A., a brother who is unapologetically melanin dominant. How many white people or melanin recessive inbred mutant albinos with a calcified pineal gland, my child, they're only 1/10 the Earth's population. How many of them ever get to feel apologetic for being white? Just the question. So, let's see if that's gonna work for me. It doesn't look like this baby is coming up the way I need it to. That's one of the images. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Let's see. We're gonna make that. Now, talking about white people, this is behind my house, right? And these individuals, they're supposed to take that cement out. Now, it's a long story. Y'all have to have been in tune with the thought process for a while. But this is behind my grandmother's house, and they were intending on stacking people on top of people. See the house in front? That's the single family on the street. But the developer bought the property. Mark, well, the meeting's tomorrow night at the Cambridge Senior Center. And I may attend just to see how things unfold, or maybe even try to insert to say that developer does not plan on taking this particular property, taking that out of there. He put a fence around it. Now as far as I'm concerned, he illegally hurried up since he got the permit erroneously or lied or did whatever as a mutant albino. And with this mutant albino, I mean, what level of character or what level of morals do you have to try to beat the city so that you could stack more niggas on top of niggas in a little place and charge high rent in Cambridge? But, okay, let's move on to the next issue. That's tomorrow night. I needed to get that off my chest. And here, let's come back to me and see if we can change it to the next shot. Because there was some stuff. Oh, yeah, that's a good picture. Is that coming up? If I can get my toys to behave. But I've always had issues with this particular thing. But in its review, let's see if I can hit this and see what happens. Does this look like he plans on taking that out? Does this look like he plans on taking that out? Okay, so does this look like he plans on taking that out? Now, stop it. Okay. Now, let's come back here. That was cute. And speaking of humor, I need to lighten things up. And being 57, single, never married, as a black man in America, and I made reference to being unapologetic. And so the commissioner of the zoning board is a Melanin Dominant Indian brother. And the mayor now is a white boy. And it was a white boy who is the zoning chair. Ancient, archaic individuals. I hope to live to be that long as a black man. Just the way I think, and understanding who I am and what I'm contending with, and how the outside energies wish to influence the inside energies. So I'm not going to let them disrupt me, but I do wish to explain the situation at hand for me and what I'm contending with in life as a melanin man who thinks, gets rooted, grounded, centered within self, and understand what the balance of the pineal gland, what that actually means or demonstrates. I have kind of a script. I have some pictures. It'll be a potpourri show for you today. Being the beginning of November, I think I had a seizure this week, and I didn't bring both my bags of content. So I'm just going to be live and in your face at 109 and understanding What is my role? What is my purpose in life? Trying to find the mother of my child, but have a, go far above and beyond what my melanin recessive inbred mutant child taught me as a religion. I was Reverend Richie at one point, right over there, 874 Main Street. That's where I became a licensed minister. And Nana wanted me to be a minister, and I wanted to follow in Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s footsteps, and chose to go to Atlanta, to Morehouse. But to make a long story short, but even at that point it got watered down for me, for what I was seeking. And then I met Master Heege Robinson, the Roxbury Tai Chi Academy, RoxburyTaiChiAcademy.com. And it's 111. What is that? 4 ones. Who am I? Am I dealing like a cube? Am I understanding how to fold up on myself or get into my inner energies? What does that cube represent? Being laid out as a crucifix, but then it goes into, are we there? Did it get there? Okay, let's bring this up. It gets into this. And so, how does a cube fold up? A cube is laid out. Are we gonna come up with me? Come on, baby doll. I need you to fold. My chi and my energy. There we go. Thank you, sweetheart. You see, and what does it mean to be a divine energy? And why did I make reference at 1111? What is the significance of the number 1? Are you capable of having that type of balance within inside who you are? Are you capable of seeing yourself as one? Moses heard God say, I am that I am. So if God can say I am that I am, why can't I say I am that I am? No, you can't do that, nigga. Shit. The fuck is wrong with you? You fucking stupid. Nah, You can't see yourself as God. You better serve Jesus Christ. Who's beeping? Huh? Okay. So, serving Jesus Christ. An energy outside of yourself. With Master Heege, I've learned and go back 20 years with this black man yelling at me, loosen your face. This ain't hard. Master Heege Robinson of the Roxbury Tai Chi Academy. You consult with him. You better have 2 Benjamins and a 50. Who's on that 50? What slave owner is on the 50? Yeah. digging deep within myself and looking at my environment and how am I surviving, and then practicing the motions of 108 different postures with transitions, settling, rooting, and understanding my own nervous system. You know, I don't know if I want to even get back to the mutants I'm dealing with now. I mean, dealing with land and property and all of that bullshit. What is the source code? As a divine energy, and I'm watching television, and I know I live here in the intellectual mecca of the world, run by my albino mutant children. So I have Harvard at that end, I have MIT at this end, and all in between all these biogenetic engineering companies. Novartis is down there, Biogen is over there, or is it Sci-Fi? And the genetic engineering. And did I just say I had a seizure? I got kicked off of MIT radio. Steven Pinker wrote How the Mind Works. Wrote a letter to President Vest at the time. President Vest wrote Brother R.A. a letter, say, yo, Brother R.A., Mr. Arthur, can you no longer volunteer for WMBR 88.1? And then all of a sudden I started having seizures, right? So, you talk about a convoluted story. I mean, can you make this any richer? I'm talking about the reality of life, and you know, the calcified pineal gland educational school system is not necessarily teaching young black men what they need to know. So, hence, John Wilson and I, he went to Morehouse, and that's when Rick Jarvis said, yo, R.A., you want to produce your own TV show? Introduced me to Susan, but at that point, I was dealing with single female heads of households that were raising their young black male sons without a male figure. So we had the Saturday school, the W.E.B. Du Bois Academy. And didn't Du Bois live on Flag Street? I have photographs in one of these digital formats, 118 into the show. So, the Du Bois Academy grew into the Benjamin Banneker Charter School, but still, I am at fault. I feel like we're surrounding the little young black men with black men, having a role model, but what is our self-esteem? What is our self-value? Who the fuck are you? Oh, you a nigger. WBZ, the news you need to know now. Right here in Roxbury, a nigger killed a nigger. You need to know that. City Hall says what? Nice little sign. Black Lives Matter. Oh my God. Fuck. My life really matters? No! Wow! Yay! My life matters! I'm Father Nature. I inbred and created your albino ass. and you have a calcified pineal gland. Now, is Harvard or MIT going to teach that? And why am I at 57 years of age just now coming to understand oh, thank you, Master Heej. RoxburyTaiChiAcademy.com. How do I get rooted and grounded? Oh, you mean just... Oh, you mean I'm feeling my lung and my heart pulse sitting still? And don't have that hard face on. You gotta at least... Or you do some deep abdominal breathing, pulling the chi or the energy. I mean, who were my ancestors and what did they create? And so, what am I trying to do? Oh, there you go, Master Heej. That's way back when. But I want to get to, this is the galaxy, the Milky Way I'm in. My ancestors built man, understanding what it is to be perpendicular lines, longitude and latitude, and at the base of that square is 360 degrees. A square and a circle are both 360 degrees, and that's the man. Once he discovers himself, then there's the woman. Does she realize that she has all of that? And so what is a squared plus b squared equals c squared? And notice there's the sunshine side and the nadar side, or the shadow side. So even the edifice casts a shadow on itself. So as I am tapping into my divinity, you saw me sit still? Am I learning to okay, that's a different aspect. Let's get to here. Am I going deep into the crust of who I am in my thought? Do I allow myself to feel the heat of the molten lava, the melting rock, and I stand in it with my spine plumb erect as a child of the sun, the S-U-N? And how are the characters of these letters of my enslaver's language or luggage, how are they drawn? Taking the essence of being internal to a newer depth or a balancing level of who the fuck you is. So become the target for yourself. Look into the pupil of your eye. It's a complete circle. No beginning and no end. Into the depths of your mind. Now, I was watching Source Code. And this is about, and I ended last week's show being concerned and worried about Black men in the military. What is it? Over by Veterans Administration Hospital is a nigga kneeling in full army garb. And I just had to take the train to here, Porter Square, and who the Porters represent, the labor for this particular environment I must survive in. All the gloves of the porters, all the niggas that were porters, and who was driving? It was a black man driving the train, and who dug out those holes? Oh! 9/10 the Earth's population is 9. 9/10 of the Earth's population is black, brown, red, yellow. Melanin dominant people. So if any of them copulate with an albino, the child's gonna come out Tiger Woods or Halle Berry. But is there an insecure upper echelon that is concerned about population control measures? And what movie was it? Inferno. Who? Opie, Andy Griffin, Opie, Ron Howard, and Tom Hanks, and whoever the white boy actor in there was talking about, we need to blow up the planet and have the survivors live. Because we're overpopulating the earth. There's too much fucking going on. And wait a minute, is some of these biogen organizations talking about making a non-violent gene? So that leads back to my source code. An army guy, mostly the army, the labor, 9/10 the Earth's population is melanin dominant people. But the insecure albino with the calcified pineal gland has a level of insecurity and has most of the majority of people valuing dead slaveholders, a value outside of yourself, value a God outside of yourself, but don't see yourself 128 into the program. What are these numbers 8? Is that like DNA? And there's a gap in between, and it spins, and that's inside your bloodstream. That's what you're made up of. That's your inner essence. This is to be expected of me. I'm in the intellectual mecca of the world. I don't think, these whiteys over here, they feel they close to England and shit. Oh, that's right, this is the New England Patriots. Those Minutemen. That Minuteman in Porter Square, the soldier. You have the Veterans Administration Hospital soldier kneeling like this, but the Minuteman standing up, walking proud, taking over the Melanin Dominant land, Melanin Dominant man's land. And the red people have become extinct. And who is the chair or the commissioner in the city of Cambridge? Where's a picture of him? Can you find him on the internet? I couldn't find him. Now, is that an apologetically melanin dominant black? I'm not blaming the children. I'm talking about who am I as Father Nature? 29 minutes into the show. What is my role and responsibility? And you wonder why I take a hit. You think I do this shit? I mean, I feel this way, but can I be there? I took that hit so you can come with me, bitches. Oh, don't say it like that. It's still my colonizer's language 1:30 into the show. I'm making a complete circle. But I spent enough time on this. Because the point of the matter is, at 57, I'm still seeking the mother of my children. And no, I didn't watch the football games on Sunday. So I was too busy putting together or joining. I mean, number one, monogamy or polygamy. I should be able to have as many partners that are willing to bear my child for 9 months. But the prerequisite to get with divine energy is to see yourself as divine. And don't have to acquiesce to the bullshit. Okay, I'm surviving, I'm manipulating, but this is what I'm talking about, getting rooted and grounded, centered in yourself, because what you think matters. This movie, Source Code, had, whether it's reality or not, I know you motherfuckers out there working on this shit. All Kendall Square. We had to move from Kendall Square over to here in Central Square. Because we weren't, I mean, what does HM mean? Right down the street. HM. Hazardous material. Cambridge, the intellectual mecca of the world. You know these motherfuckers gotta be working on genes. How to make a new appropriate nigga. How'd I get the fuck kicked off MIT radio? Oh, and he's anti-Semitic. No. The interview I feel that got me kicked off of MIT radio was I was interviewing Mark and Kathy, the authors of Transformation of America, the true life story of a CIA mind-controlled slave. CIA mind control? Government? Let's go vote! My vote matters! I'm gonna protest! Think, it's not illegal yet. They have nerve endings connected to a dead soldier's body. His brain. Half of his body and the way your electromagnetic pulses, as you can feel your own pulse. And when I sit and meditate and tap into my own undivided individual. How is the English language spell the word individual? Undivided. So are we undivided? 133. Being the one, being able to deal on the absolute abstract level, being the one dealing in a motherly, connotative, what is the innuendo level, and then dealing in the baby infantile level. Oh, that's the definition, the definitive level of the words that are being conversed. Where is our community? Where are we communing? How did they bring us over here? How did we get here in the United Snakes of America? And what does that ship look like? And how was that ship packed? And how close are we? how close are you and I in this life? Everyone with a goddamn headset on, them damn eye things in your head, the ear things. I'm talking about mind control. I try to speak to people walking down the street, say good afternoon or hello, and no one can hear me. And who gives a fuck? I'm an individual. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do, whenever I want to do it, whatever to whom I want to do it with. Did I not discuss perfect match last week? And homie was like, don't wear your heels in the house. Then he said some stupid shit like, well, you know, getting the shoes off is the first step to getting, you know, because you get the pennies off. But I mean, I adore women. I understand that mindset. That's my culture. I'm there with them. I understand all of that. But as Father Nature and seeing what the fuck is going on in life, I have to take a higher level of understanding. Be a role model. So at 57, single, never married, no kids, and polygamy or monogamy, I mean, a man should be able to take care of as many women as he can provide for. Is that taught? Is it taught to see yourself as empowered, to feel divine, to see yourself as an undivided individual, all within your mind, and give knowledge and share information above and beyond the digital data arena, and be able to issue energy from the core of the earth up through the balls of your feet to your heel into your bone marrow, up to your liquid pineal gland. You observe the earth's energy, absorb with his skin, the largest organ in your body. Breathe through your skin. .138. Moving to 138 and 50 seconds. Who are you? Who am I? Are you learning to tap into your divinity, into your inner essence comfortably and relaxed and unapologetically as Mother Nature? A squared me seeking B squared you. I can find more white women that can see themselves as a goddess than I can find melanin dominant black women to see themselves as a goddess. No, I gotta serve Jesus Christ. Don't you talk like that. Don't you use those kind of words. That's rude. Bitch, I'm talking about energy. I'm talking about seeking the mother of my child. You carry my seed in your womb for 9 months. The sphere. A 360-degree sphere inside your womb. Black men, where is our responsibility to honor and respect the womb? We fucked up. Who's gonna continue after I have a dream? On my wall I have Richard Pryor, Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, and me. I have high expectations of myself. Who am I? What is my role and responsibility in comprehending a circle has no beginning and has no end? And when I look into my own pupil, my left eye is my yin energy, my right eye is my yang energy. I balance the core of my consciousness in the essence of who the fuck I is right the fuck now today, seeing 7 to 10 generations down the line. I'm going to do my infinity look, so I can see the floor, the camera, the top of the TV, the lights. I can see the outside and see the door all at the same time. All within who I am as a melanin dominant biological living light black man. Allowing myself to become one with my environment. Standing on the crust of the core, the center of the earth. Of course, I gotta be arrogant and extreme. I'm an extreme perfectionist. And I find in that woman, she gotta have pretty feet too. And an arch. I don't want no flat foot. But as my arrogant meditation, I go through the core of the earth because I know it's the third planet away from the sun, and I reach down to the southern star. Allow the southern star, the core, the energy, the core, the center of the earth, gather in my dantian, or 2 inches below my navel, where I was connected to my mother. And if I focus hard enough, I can feel my mother's energy. I can feel my mother connected to my grandmother, and so on and so forth, depending on how much you allow your imagination or your mind to go. But that's only the lower portion of who I am. Now I take my liquid pineal gland. What is that on the back of your dollar bill? The base of the pyramid? The base of the pyramid, 4 90-degree angles, 2 right angles. And what is opposite the right angle on the Brother RA page? When I show you this, okay, let's get to the right page, brother. We don't want to be bringing up no nonsense. Yeah, you have everything up in here. But here, take a look at this real quick. We're talking about the right angle. A square. So when the pyramids that we built, the base of the pyramid What is that? Drawing a line and understanding what is a line. Oh, just because this is up and I was dealing with money or land before. That's the picture of 40 acres. And the United Snakes promised us 40 acres? Okay, let's get back to. There's this. The pyramid, and. Here, let's go to. In understanding the 5 elements of this particular universe, since I'm here and I have this image up, I'll include this within part of this discussion. The 5 elements. Understanding what does it mean to have a number or be a number. The side of the pyramid, the 2 right angles, we knew enough to draw a line. But then a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And in understanding the area of the father equals the area of the mother, opposite the right angle, in this particular image here, daddy, mommy, the foundation of a relationship, she gives birth, and opposite that right angle is the child. The child, the area of the child, the consciousness, the awareness. Who am I? And in sharing this knowledge and understanding, when I dig deep into the core, the center of the earth, the crust of the earth, yes, look at the 5 elements. I have 5 fingers on my hand. And how many different attributes or aspects of your mind or your thought process are there? And what is the interconnection and the relationship between, say, the wood, when you're standing still by yourself, what is your relationship with the wood? Oh, the wood feeds the fire. Fire is what? It creates light, it's energy, it's hot, it ignites. But what's the wood is versatile, but fire is passionate. So wood feeds the fire. And in feeding the fire, we're talking about the earth which grows the wood. Are we rooted and grounded deep enough psychologically in our spirits on all 3 planes and aspects? The original Trinity, not Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, but man, woman, and child. On our levels of consciousness, it's 148. Levels of consciousness, 2 circles, and 8. Almost like DNA. Do we pass that on to our children in understanding our interconnection? Okay, Earth, we are on the planet Earth, the 3rd planet away from the sun. The earth makes the wood. You stand on the wood. You feed and feel off of the earth's energy. And the wood does what? It becomes the fire. Where's your passion to become fiery and have self-esteem and self-confidence? Be passionate. What does this mean when I do this to you? That's me being passionate. Now, fire, earth, material. There's a little bit of metal. It's rigid. Most important of all is the balance of the 5 elements. Now, there's the metal, which we use too much of in this calcified pineal gland thinking on our planet Earth. And water is passive. And being apologetic, I'm sorry I'm black. I really don't mean to offend you white people. I have issues. Okay? So Wood creates fire. Fire creates earth. We are the third planet away from the sun. Earth creates metal. Metal creates water. So my source code is tapping into my undivided individual self, yet I'm still seeking someone who can comprehend this. And the sisters are too busy. The brothers, I'm not trying to get with a brother, but I'm just saying, why are we chasing dead slaveholders as a value structure as opposed to valuing yourself as the one? What good is trading something that has no value? If you don't work, if you don't do, and so where's your moral? Where's your character? Where's your spine? Where's your mind? Stop wasting time. I didn't mean to make a rhyme. But what is my talent? What is my skill? What is my essence? Who am I? And from Opie to Inferno, Opie is Ron Howard and Tom Hanks and all the media that I ingest, and I'm creating a type of media that says raise your self-esteem, raise your self-confidence, believe in yourself, get rooted and grounded by being still. Valuing your time. And so, even beyond that, I have less than 5 minutes left. But as I'm seeking the mother of my child, not only this being a balancing of the liquid pineal gland be a prerequisite, since you want to be academic in the intellectual mecca of the world, but the prerequisite not only balance in the pineal gland, but then she and I, we would have to prepare for conception. I know I'm an oops baby. Mommy and daddy, they was born in both 1940. Nana met my father. Oh, he's a nice boy. Brought him home, introduced him to my mother. They got married May 20th, 1961. I was born February 17th, 1962. Oops, I'm pregnant. Tina was planned. But I feel that mommy, the media got to smoking Camels, no filter, chain smoking. I'm going to revere mommy and honor her. I got video interviews of Nana and mommy. And that's an important thing, young people, too. Spend time recording those who are alive and around you and raised and reared you. Create a sense of community. Raise your self-esteem. Believe in your melanin. You are biological. Biological living light. Balanced life. Light is a feather. It's not a hard thing. It's not a challenge. Black men, black women, raise your self-esteem and look beyond the value of a dead slaveholder, because that's what somebody else asking you to value. Oh, you need a job. What was that old saying? Only thing you need. once you're born, the only thing you need to do is die. For me, it'd be black and die. But how do I appeal? How do I put out this knowledge? At least be a role model and an example to young black men. It's like, hey, look, be careful where you stick your dick. And don't have no oops babies and be trying to take care of children that you can't afford or that you're not capable of providing for by sharing a role model or an example, or just disappear. Oh shit. Can I get to that picture before I... That would be in my email, and how would I get to that picture? It's the picture of the wolf. The wolf and, let's see if it's here. The wolf and, I don't think I'm going to make it. It's the wolf and the baby, and it's a picture where I do believe the the black man at the time who inbred, that had that child at the time, he left his baby, and the animals had sense enough to raise the albino child. And this is over near the State House, or it was at one point. So I inbred and was ashamed of my albino child and left it out in the woods. Okay, I have to be responsible and cognizant and aware. And can you still